Well, finally, it's a blindingly bright day in Hong Kong. I hope everyone is doing well. Up on the top deck here, looking down. Uh, Railings are looking good. The rain we've had for the last 2 days is slowly starting to dry off. Going to start on the gunnels today. This morning I'm going to do the gunnels and start doing these posts up here. Got to get that, but to begin to focus on, because again, you got to be 2 steps ahead. Getting power up here. I've got a pre-wire for power up on the top deck here. I've got to get lights and things, but there's one other thing that I need to put into the equation, if you will, is all along on this side, again, because this is kind of dead space, and all my structural support is there and in the center, so I've got the 3 points for my structural support on this boat. So I was thinking that, if anybody's been into any of these, watching the hydroponics, and you've got these aeroponics and all that, towers and all that, but the Dutch buckets and that, want this to be a self-sustaining type autonomous vessel. So I was actually thinking about putting in like 5 Dutch buckets on this side, 5 Dutch buckets over there for tomatoes, and that. And then on the back deck here, where you don't want, because it's not going to get a lot of direct sunlight, especially because if the wind is coming, mainly comes out of the south here, so the boat is always going to be facing south when you're at anchor. So then this will be kind of a somewhat semi-shaded area, and I could put in a system that had the net cups for lettuce and stuff like that, but on the inside put in misters and that, so it would always on a timer. So I'm thinking about what size wires I have to get back here to actually, because I've got the aeration pumps. I'm going to need to, because I can't use a gravity flow, so like on a Dutch bucket, once you have your feed lines into it, they all have a gravity fed return line. That's not going to work on a boat, because gravity and being level is not something that you have as a constant that you can as when you're on the land. So probably have it connected, and then again, because like on a boat, I can always use a bilge pump once the level would have the float switch, poof, go back to my main nutrient container, and that's why I have a container for these, have another nutrient container for those, and then another nutrient container for that. And if I were to go and put up, say, one of those aeroponic type towers here and over here, then again I would have to get power over here, because again, it's easy enough to buy 24 volt pumps. They do it on boats all the time. That's fishing boats, you got to aerate and stuff. So the majority of them are running all on 24 volt. So bilge pumps, so I mean that's not an issue. But I think this is what I've got to do to be in preparation for what I want to do up here. I don't want to all of a sudden come up here and go, what am I going to do? Well, how the hell am I going to get power to it? So that's what I've got. I need to kind of start planning. But I think the hydroponics, everybody has any words of wisdom for putting hydroponics. Again, I'd use perlite in it, and that for the tomatoes, and then use net cups in the back. And again, net cups would be up here. So if anybody has any, because again, the boat is going to be rolling back and forth. So got to be proactive on that, 2 steps ahead, and also about this power. So that's what's kind of going on for that. And it's a beautiful day. And then I'm going to be It's still a little wet from the rain, but I'll be taking care of the inside gunnel here, sealing this side up and the other side today. But then in my free time as well, start preparing for up there. So as you can see, for my structural support, I'm right on the edge there, so if I put any weight on it, the way that it comes, it would be right there. So, alright guys, boat needs a wash after all this rain. Alright, be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye.